Obviously, it's Jeff the Killer. He's coming to pick you up. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the phase of my life where I was trying so hard to be a Slender Man proxy. Warning, cringe all the time, everywhere. That is this entire, honestly this is that, it's the entire channel. So anyway, strap in. This story starts off whenever I was around 7 years old. Now, for context, I have an older sister. She is around 5.5 years older than me, and she had unrestricted internet access, which then meant that I also had unrestricted internet access. So I had a lot of interests way too early. So alongside Sims 3 and Talia, she also introduced me to Jeff the Killer and Slender Man, and the entire whole Slender Mansion concept entirely. And since I was extremely young, I took this as, oh, this is totally real. It was the same level as the Tooth Fairy for me, basically, because it's my older sister and she's the coolest person in the world. Of course I'm gonna listen to her, right? And that is how you get severely pranked by your older sibling every time. So the first one that she showed me was obviously Slender Man. She showed me the black and white pictures, she played the video game, she made me play the video game, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy's real. Anytime I would even go swing at the park and I would look at the woods, I'd be like, Slender Man's in there. And I was like that, honestly, for years. I think it was from whenever I was 7 years old to whenever I was 11. I hit double digits and then it started to slowly fade away. But one of the big reasons why my sister was even able to convince me that Slender Man was real is because, hold on, let me show you the picture. I gotta pull up this on my phone. That one of the, most iconic pictures of Slender Man, for some reason, the little girl in the photo, that little girl looks exactly like how my sister did whenever she was growing up. So she was like, yeah, I know him. And I'm just like, dude, my sister knows Slender Man. He's so cool. And that started where I thought I was actually talking to Slender Man. Genuinely. And this was during a time that me and my sister had shared a room. So I was on the bottom bunk, she was on the top bunk, she was the oldest, she got the say. And we had, one of my toys was, it was like a magnetic chalkboard, but it could have little magnetic letters that were underneath it, and then you could also just do regular chalk. And to convince me that Slender Man was real, and visiting her and actually trying to talk to us, my sister would wake up while I was dead asleep in the middle of the night to draw different things on this chalkboard or do different letters, and I thought I believed it genuinely. So I was full in, I was like, this guy's talking to me every night, I gotta be asleep. Really, I believed more in Slender Man than I did Santa Claus at this point. And my sister was able to convince me even further because she was also a big fan of the Slender Man mansion, where it was all of the creepypastas lived together, kind of like a frat house, but of serial killers. And while she had her little preteen crush on Jeff the Killer, I liked Ben Drowned. Because all I knew was the anime boy fan art of Ben Drowned, so I'm like, tee-hee, yay! And so we were playing The Sims 3 one day, and she was trying to convince me so hard that it was hacked, haunted, corrupted, whatever, by Ben Drowned. And I was so I was so nervous. And man, she was like, see, the mouse is over here, it's not even plugged in. I did not understand the concept of Bluetooth yet. How can I be playing the game? The mouse is over here, it's not even connected to it. Oh my god. I just realized that now, that it was probably a Bluetooth mouse. I just realized that now, while recording, to be completely honest. But she was able to get me so good, man. And it was I simultaneously adored and feared Slender Man, because there was also the Slender Man song, if you know that one, where it was where it's Slender Man's all funny and happy and stuff, and then at the end, it's and Slender Man will be at the foot of your bed. Ooh. Scared the out of me. She showed me that video, I was horrified. And she even showed me, that's one of the reasons why I even liked YouTube back then, was because she was showing me, videos of Markiplier and PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye playing Slender. So that was, a big, pivotal point for me. And then there was also the Slender Man song where it was like kind of like rockish, where it was like, Slender Man, you most certainly will die. And straight up, there was one time that we had moved into a new place and I was walking down the hallway for the first time and the hallway light was broken, like it wouldn't turn on. And I was like walking to the bathroom for the first time and she played that song. I was like peeing my pants on the way to the bathroom. I didn't even need it by the time I got to the end. Like straight up, I'm trying to walk to the bathroom as a little girl and this is all I hear. And then my sister's just over here freaking laughing. Like, I love my sister though, but she did traumatize me sometimes. I traumatized her right back, so I can't say anything. But she was able to convince me so thoroughly that I was able to find a group of girls that also believed in it in my neighborhood, and we would straight up just like, we were so nerdy. Again, this was like 10-year-olds. I have this really vivid memory of one day whenever it was summertime, we lived near a lake, and it was a bad drought. So you could literally walk like across the lake. So it was all dried up, and there was also like a big woodsy area, and it was like connecting this lake across many different neighborhoods. So right across from us was the way fancier houses, but then if you walked like around like this, around the lake, you were able to get to this white lake house that was just like, everybody had rumors about it, but it was literally just some person. But that was like the goalpost to like walk there and back basically. And we had like all of these little secret hideouts everywhere. Like we had a little like secret entrance to even get to the shore of the lake. And we would have like blankets there, and obviously we couldn't keep snacks there because wildlife and all of that. But we would hang out there a lot. And one day we decided just go over there, walk to the White House. And while we were walking, my friend was trying to tell me, oh my gosh, we're walking right next to the Slender Mansion, whenever we were around a bunch of like woodsy areas, and she was like, I see it so clearly. And I really couldn't, but I felt like I had to. And I was like, yeah, I totally see it. And then she was like, yeah, it's like not completely on this realm. And she was like trying to explain that she didn't actually see it, but she was trying to like relate to me. And it was just so funny. Just little girls lying to each other. But like the entire time, I was like a for-lifer for Ben Drowned for some reason. Like, again, the anime boy version. Because I know that Ben Drowned has way more story now. Honestly, I feel like that should be an entire, video of its own. Because with Ben Drowned specifically, I know that it gets into like this lunar child cult thing, but I've never actually like dove deep into it. And I'm not a big fan of like the video essay format. I feel like I need to like research with you guys. So that might be something I do in the future. Subscribe for that. Those are some of the biggest moments, and then there's the ones that are just completely stupid, like where I would like try to draw the different pages, or I would like have my window, I wouldn't keep it open at night because we were in a bad neighborhood, I wasn't that stupid, but I would always have this like weird sinking feeling of like, if I look outside, somebody's out there watching me, and my brain would be like, obviously it's Jeff the killer, he's coming to pick you up. And also, Jeff is like 14, 15 canonically, so it's like, bro can't even drive. How is he picking up people? He just like getting in their window and being like, yo, get on my scooter, get on my moped. What does Jeff the Killer drive? What is Jeff the Killer's whip? What is Jeff the Killer's whip? Who knows? I'm stupid, I'm sorry. But seriously, I don't know why they picked Jeff of all people. And man, the fanfiction days were crazy because, again, I was like a for-lifer. Like, I was too young to really understand the intricacies of the lore of Marble Hornets, but I'd watched a few videos here and there. I'm pretty sure if I had texted my sister now, she'd be like, yeah, you remember any of that? I made you watch all of it. I'm pretty sure. I would just have to like go back further into it. But man, like the Quotev days were insane. Like, the real ones are gonna know about this one, the Quotev 7 Minutes in Heaven quizzes. Now, if you don't know what either of those are, Quotev was a really old fanfiction website where you could make quizzes, And you could also make books. And the 7 Minutes in Heaven quizzes, where you would be asked a bunch of different questions, and then based off of your answers, you would get a little snippet of a fanfiction at the end of you having a 7 minutes in heaven with one of the Slender Man characters. And not Slender Man characters, creepypasta. I'm sorry, I apologize. I know there's some creepypasta fans that would be pissed if they saw that. I'm so sorry. Please don't call me a poser. Please. Like, I swear, one of my tattoos will be a creepypasta at some point, I promise. But honestly, back then it was so crazy because it's really just this form of escapism for a lot of people. Like, I think I've spoken about this before in one of my, like, old creepypasta videos, I think, where a lot of kids just wanted to be taken away from, like, bad childhood situations where it's like, yeah, this monster that I'm, like, kind of scared of would be better than the situation I'm in. That kind of sucks. And I was also a fan of Slender Man and Jeff the Killer and all of that at the peak of the Slender Man stabbing situation, which that's true crime, that's an actual situation where people got hurt and people went to jail, so I don't want to get too much into it, but it was like a very taboo subject, and it was one of those where people were like kind of off-put by me because of me liking creepypasta, and honestly, I totally get it. But also on the flip side, I was such a lonely kid, and also I was just raised in an environment where horror was like normal. Like, I would walk in on my mom like watching horror movies all the time, like she would literally fall asleep to them. And then my sister, since she was older and she was all like already into the horror stuff as well because she was, you know, older, watching YouTube and all of that, like watching Amnesia and everything. It was just not really a big deal for me to be into weird stuff because, like, the number one things I had growing up were like Invader Zim, Ren and Stimpy, like I'd watch Family Guy. So watching all of these videos of like Slender Man real, caught on tape, Jeff the Killer, actual real film, look at this, like that wasn't that weird to me. I even remember watching like the Rake on a Roof video, and then the one where it was like this old couple talking about how it was at the bottom of his bed or something like that. And I fully believed it. I was like, yep, this is all real, this is totally happening. And you know what, honestly, it'd be crazy. I don't think they're actually real, but I mean, I don't know, some weird creatures are probably out there that we don't know about. But to the point of Slender Man, I'm not too sure. I also distinctly remember that the time that I started not believing in creepypasta and like kind of like veering away from it and not really like caring as much anymore was whenever the Slender Man movie came out. Because a whole bunch of people were talking about it, like the hype around it, but then there were also like the not high school bullies, I was not in high school, but the middle school bullies were all just like, ugh, it's for kids, it's lame, ugh, it's gonna suck. And then it did suck. I remember my friends were like, yeah, we went there and we just sat in the back and just like, we're being rebellious little freaking shitheads. And then all I heard of it other than that was how goofy the death scenes were. So it was just like, okay, yep, Slender Man's just this lame, cringe mainstream thing now. It's not like this fun internet horror story. It's like, and also because of the fact that they did the movie after the stabbing. So it was like, it was in this weird, like, controversial, like, I don't know, I don't think they should have made it. I think that the YouTube horror series that I've seen are way better by like a bajillion. Honestly, you know what? Kane Parsons, the next thing that he needs to be the director of, I know he said he wanted to do Portal, which I'm totally down for. I know those murals were totally a Doug Ratman reference, like 100%. But imagine him directing a Marble Hornets film, like with the actual, like, original creator. I only say Kane Parsons because he's popular right now, and also I feel like because of him being popular, it would be more likely to be greenlit. But I don't even know if he likes all that stuff. We're the same age though, so I don't know. I assume he knows other similar things to me. I don't know what this guy's been through. I mean, I would assume he knows similar internet level knowledge as me, but I don't know. I'm pretty chronically online. But, I mean, the stories that I've seen of other people, whenever they were like, I wanted to be a proxy so bad, are like crazy. because my sister, like, she did like the Slender Man marking on her hand. She had like an actual masky cosplay, like she bought the mask and everything. We dressed up one year where she was Ben Drowned and I was Sally. So it was like a really like big into it thing. But then I'm hearing of people that like kept their windows open at night, people that were like actively trying to go to places that they thought Slender Man was, like kids just going to the woods at night. Like, that's very, very dangerous. I don't know. If you have any stories about wanting to be a Slender Man proxy or anything like that whenever you were growing up, let me know down in those comments. And matter of fact, while you're down there, you can hit that like button because that gives me that sweet, sweet dopamine to keep making these videos. If you want to see more of them, you can hit that subscribe button, and if you want to help and support me make more of them, you can check out my Ko-Fi, which thank you to HeckDied23 and Ashmokeen for being members. I currently have a goal set up where I will try to do some kind of witchcraft at the arcade, so we'll see how that goes. I want to see how many prizes I can get. But for now, stay creepy, eat pasta, have a great rest of your day. Bye bye! The Man of Slender. Gonna get you. Raw.